Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're like me, you spend way too much time scrolling through adorable animal videos online. And let's be honest, who can resist? From happy quokkas to sleepy sloths, the internet is overflowing with animal content that just melts your heart. You've seen these clips. You've probably shared them. You've probably even sent them to your grandma. But what if I told you the smile on this quokka is actually a sign of stress? And that hugging sloth? Yeah, it's pure terror. Today, we're diving deep to debunk 8 viral animal myths you probably believe. Get ready to have your mind blown and your animal perception totally shifted. All right, let's kick things off with a big one that's been floating around for ages. Myth number 1, goldfish have a 3-second memory. How many times have you heard this? Oh, don't worry about the goldfish, they'll forget in 3 seconds. It's used as a punchline, a justification for small tanks, whatever. Absolute nonsense. Goldfish are actually pretty intelligent. Studies have shown they can be trained to do tricks, like navigating mazes, pushing levers for food, and even remembering feeding times. They can remember things for months, not seconds. Think about it. If their memory was that bad, they'd constantly be surprised by their own fins. So next time someone tells you that, tell them to go do their research. Myth number 2, lemmings commit mass suicide. This one is a classic, fueled by an old Disney documentary, no less. You've probably seen the dramatic footage of these small rodents supposedly jumping off cliffs en masse. False. This is a complete fabrication. Lemmings don't intentionally commit suicide. What actually happens is during periods of high population, they migrate to new areas for food. Sometimes during these migrations, they encounter bodies of water or cliffs that they can't cross or navigate safely. And in a panic, or simply by accident, some might fall or drown. But it's not a deliberate act of self-destruction. The Disney documentary from 1958, White Wilderness, famously staged the scene, pushing the lemmings over the cliff to create dramatic footage. Pretty messed up, right? Myth number 3, ostriches bury their heads in the sand. Okay, so you've heard the phrase burying your head in the sand to describe someone avoiding a problem? And the image that immediately pops into your head is an ostrich, right? Another myth bites the dust. Ostriches absolutely do not bury their heads in the sand to hide. If they feel threatened, they'll usually run away because they are incredibly fast. But sometimes when they're nesting or just checking on their eggs, they'll dig a shallow depression in the ground to lay them. And when they turn the eggs or inspect them, it can look like their head is in the sand from a distance. Plus, they lie down to hide if a predator is near, lowering their long necks to the ground, which also creates that illusion. But no, they're not trying to become ground-dwelling submarines. Myth number 4, bats are blind. Blind as a bat. It's a common saying, right? We assume bats just fly around bumping into things. Utterly incorrect. While most bats don't have perfect vision, like, say, an eagle, they are certainly not blind. In fact, many fruit bats have pretty decent eyesight, even better than humans in low light. But the real superpower of most bats is echolocation. They emit high-pitched sounds and listen for the echoes to create a sound map of their surroundings. This allows them to navigate in complete darkness and hunt tiny insects with incredible precision. So, next time you see a bat, remember, it's probably got a better internal GPS than your car. Myth number 5, dogs only see in black and white. For years, we were told that our furry best friends live in a grayscale world. Sad, right? No vibrant sunsets, no colorful toys. Thankfully, this is false. Dogs can see colors, just not in the same spectrum as humans. We have 3 types of cone cells in our eyes that detect red, green, and blue light. Dogs only have 2, making them red-green colorblind. So their world is more like shades of blue, yellow, and gray. Red things might look brownish, and green things might look yellowish, but they can still distinguish between colors. So go ahead and buy them that bright blue ball. They'll see it. Myth number 6, mother birds will reject their babies if a human touches them. This is a big one that causes a lot of anxiety, especially when you see a baby bird on the ground. People are often terrified to help because they've heard this myth. Not true. While it's always best to leave wildlife undisturbed if possible, the idea that a mother bird will abandon its chick because of your scent is largely a myth. Birds generally have a very poor sense of smell compared to their excellent eyesight and hearing. They recognize their young by sight and sound, not by scent. If you find a baby bird, the best thing to do is try to return it to its nest if you can safely. If not, contact your local wildlife rescue. But don't worry, your touch won't make mom disown her offspring. Myth number 7. Sloths are lazy and stupid. The internet loves sloths. They're slow, they're chill, they look perpetually sleepy. And because of their slow movement, people often assume they're just lazy or not very bright. Totally unfair. Sloths aren't lazy, they're incredibly efficient. Their diet of leaves provides very little energy, so they've evolved to conserve it. Moving slowly means they use less energy, which is crucial for their survival in the wild. And stupid? Far from it. They have excellent spatial memory and know their home range intimately. Plus, that seemingly cute, slow hug you see in viral videos. Often that's a sign of extreme stress or fear. They're being held in a position they can't escape, and their slow movements are their only defense. So next time you see a hugging sloth video, remember that animal is probably terrified. Leave them alone. Myth number 8. Quokkas are always happy and smiling. Ah, the quokka, the world's happiest animal. Their adorable grin has launched 1,000 selfies and viral videos. Everyone wants a quokka selfie, right? Okay, this one is a tough pill to swallow for some, but it's a big myth. While quokkas are indeed very cute, that smile isn't an expression of joy. It's just the natural structure of their mouth and jaw. In reality, that open mouth look can often be a sign of heat stress or even distress, especially when they're being approached too closely by humans. They are wild animals, and like all wild animals, they can carry diseases. And getting too close, feeding them, or trying to interact with them causes them stress, changes their natural behavior, and can even make them sick. So admire them from a distance, enjoy their natural cuteness, but please, for their sake, stop trying to get that happy selfie. Let wild animals be wild. What about you? Did any of these myths surprise you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you learned something new today, or if you just enjoyed seeing some common misconceptions busted, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to keep getting more myth-busting videos, more deep dives into fascinating topics, and just generally awesome content, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. We've got so much more coming your way. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next video.